Hey, I'm Marcel Masaga. I'm an AI engineer, a five-time founder, and a fractional CTO. Look, for more than 2 decades, I've been in the trenches, building real-world AI systems. We're talking everything from diagnostic tools in clinics out in East Africa, all the way to global award-winning startups. And all of that work, it's all been driven by trying to answer one single fundamental question. How do we build AI that doesn't just, work, but that actually matters? That's what this show's all about. I'm your host, Marcel, and in this explainer, we're going to cut through all the noise, all the hype. We're going to think a little deeper and hopefully build a lot wiser in this new age of AI. All right, let's get right into it. So get this. Just last week, an AI agent closed a sales deal. And when I say closed, I mean completely on its own. No human input, no script, no one looking over its shoulder. And listen, this isn't some weird one-in-a-million thing. That one deal was worth $27,000. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. A machine, a piece of software, closed a deal worth 27 grand, all by itself. Look, I've been building these systems for 20 years, and I'm telling you, AI agents aren't some sci-fi thing that's coming soon. They're not on the horizon, they are here right now. And yes, they are already replacing jobs. So that brings up the big question, right? Who's next? And maybe even more important for you watching this, how do you make sure you're the one commanding these agents, not the one competing with them for a job? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. So today, we're diving into the blueprint for not just surviving, but thriving with AI. We're talking about the high-income skills for 2025 that you can literally start learning right now. And to make this all super clear, we're going to use a framework I like to call the AI value ladder. Think of it as climbing up rung by rung. We'll start at the bottom with just communicating with AI, then move up to creating with it, then automating and scaling, and finally, we reach the top, strategizing with AI. Ready? Let's take the first step. All right, stage one. This is the foundation of everything. It all starts here, simply learning how to talk to the machine. And that skill is called prompt engineering. Right now, this can pull in anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. Seriously, learning this is like learning how to code back in the early 2000s. It's that fundamental. Because if you can't get this right, you're stuck with that old saying, garbage in, garbage out. Just typing create a marketing plan into ChatGPT. Yeah, that's not going to cut it anymore. So how do you get those amazing results you see everyone talking about? It's actually pretty simple. It boils down to a 4-part structure. First, you've got to define the role. Tell the AI, act like a world-class lawyer, or you are a senior marketing expert. Second, you provide the data. Give it context. Give it examples of what good looks like. Third, make your ask super specific. No vague requests. And finally, number 4, request the format. Do you want bullet points, a table, a PDF? You have to tell it. This structure right here, this is the key to unlocking what these tools can really do. Okay, let's climb up to the next rung on the ladder. Once you know how to talk to AI, you can start actually creating with it. We're talking about producing tangible, real-world stuff with AI as your co-pilot. And this is where the income potential really jumps. We're talking $100 to $200 an hour. This covers a few key areas: AI-assisted development, design, video editing, and writing. And what's wild is that even if you're not a coder, you can now build actual software prototypes, because the AI does all the heavy lifting for you. Now, check this out, because this is a huge shift. When it comes to design, AI has totally flipped the script. It's not about how well you know Photoshop anymore. It's about the quality of your ideas. You can spin up photorealistic images just from a text prompt. You can take old, faded photos and have an AI professionally restore them. You can even design and code an entire website with tools like Reloom. It's all about your vision now, not just your technical skill. And here's a perfect example of how accessible this stuff is. A buddy of mine, Dan, his 12-year-old son is literally getting paid to use AI tools. What does he do? He clips highlight videos for other YouTube gamers. I mean, think about that. If a 12-year-old can turn this into a side hustle, just imagine what's possible for you. The AI does all the boring stuff, like cutting out dead air, so the creator can just focus on telling a great story. And the same thing is happening with writing. The most valuable skill isn't just about writing sentences anymore. It's about communicating big ideas. And this is where AI is a total game changer. It can listen to hours of interview transcripts and pull out the golden nuggets. It can brainstorm a dozen viral video ideas based on what's worked before. You can even build a custom GPT that writes exactly in your unique tone of voice. It's not about replacing writers, it's about giving them superpowers. Okay, time to climb higher up the ladder. Stage 3. This is where things get really interesting, because we're moving past just doing one-off tasks. Now we're talking about building entire systems that automate and scale a business. You know, the investor Naval Ravikant has this amazing quote. He says, "We don't get paid for hours anymore. We get paid for outputs." And that's exactly right. Automation is how you 10x your output without working 10x the hours. This, right here, is where you find the real leverage. And for a mind-blowing example of this, look no further than Arnold Schwarzenegger's podcast, Arnold's Pump Club. It's this massive business, podcast, newsletter, an app, the whole shebang. But here's the crazy part. Arnold has never recorded a single episode. Not one. An agency runs the entire operation, using AI systems for everything, from writing the content to cloning his voice. That is AI content marketing at an insane scale. And the folks who can build these kinds of systems, they're commanding $300, $400 an hour. The blueprint isn't even that complicated. First, you just map out a company's workflow and find the pain points. Second, you focus on the cash. What automation is going to save money or make money right now? And third, you build these little AI copilots that work alongside the human employees. They do the grunt work, and the humans just review the final product. Simple, but incredibly powerful. All right, we've made it. We are at the very top of the ladder. This is stage 4, the pinnacle. This is the most strategic and, the most lucrative part of this whole equation. So for the past couple of years, you've probably heard this phrase over and over again, right? AI isn't going to take your job, but somebody using AI is. And, it was kind of comforting. It made it seem like all we had to do was get good at using the tools. Well, I'm here to tell you that reality has changed. The new rule is this: if you don't replace yourself using AI agents, you will be replaced. Period. We're now talking about creating fully autonomous systems that can do an entire job from start to finish. So the name of the game has shifted. You have to be the one building the agent that does the job. And this skill, no-code AI agent development, is at the absolute top of our income list, pulling in $400 to $500 an hour. These are the people who can look at a job, define its rules, and then build and deploy an AI model that does that job 24/7, never complains, and just keeps getting smarter. They are, quite literally, building the next workforce. Look, I know this is a lot. It can feel pretty overwhelming, but you watched this whole thing for a reason. You made it to the end because you know something is shifting. There has never, ever been a greater demand for these skills. You have the roadmap now. The time to act is right now. So the only question left is, what are you going to build? Hey, if this was valuable for you, could you do me a quick favor? 3 things. First, just hit that like button down below. It really helps tell the YouTube algorithm that this is good stuff. Second, subscribe and ring that bell, because we're breaking this stuff down every single week. And third, go watch my other explainer that's on the screen right now. It's already giving people a whole new way to think about this. I'm Marcel Masaga, the Global AI Engineer. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. The world is yours for the taking. Until next time, think deeper, build wiser, and lead with courage.